lockers, so safe, and then a room of roughly 15 to 20 cubicles with security cameras and technological updates so that a person can log in with a computer, take a test securely, get their things when they're done, and not have to travel an hour to 2 hours away to get that type of secondary certification that they may need. Folks, I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to come on this mini tour with me. That's certainly not our entire facility, but it's an updated look on the next couple of projects that West Liberty is committed to providing for this community. Flexibility, continuing education, community outreach, and our rich Hilltopper culture. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop by. I'm here most days, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or you could reach out to us at highlands@westliberty.edu. We appreciate your time and we'll keep you updated. Thanks, guys.
What are you working for? Do you want to pursue your athletic potential while earning a degree that will benefit you for a lifetime? Do you want to play at the highest level in your sport? Do you want to be a champion? That's what the 12 proud members of the Mountain East Conference are advancing toward every day, providing opportunities and pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
Live from the ASRC on the campus of West Liberty University, it's Hilltopper basketball as they take on the Bulldogs from Bowie State University. Before we get things underway, we'd like to thank our Jack Adams Hilltopper Athletic Club sponsors. Thank you for supporting our WLU student athletes and their continued success. And those sponsors are Main Street Bank, Dr. John P. and Mrs. McCullough, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Dr. Clyde and Mrs. Campbell, Belmont Savings Bank, Alco Fence, IBW Local 141 of Wheeling, West Virginia, Cowcroof Roofing and Sheet Metal, Undo's Restaurant, Gil Alum CPA, Generations Restaurant and Pub, WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, The Store, and the Dirty Dog Tavern. Hello everyone, welcome into Topper Station and Happy New Year to everyone. I'm Isaac Baser, alongside me as always is West Liberty Athletic Director Coach Lenholm. Happy New Year to yourself.
Yes, same to you. It's always good to have another one.
Always is. The Hilltoppers open up the 2022 slate with their last non-conference game of the year against the Bowie State Bulldogs. A little bit of a different team coming in here. Started off 0-6, but winners 3 of their last 5.
Yeah, and they're a team with size, and this is a regional game, so there's some importance to this, but they have caught fire.
Tyler Jones, one of their leading scorers, 19 points in their last win, which was a big one for them as they over Bloomsburg out of New Jersey in overtime.
Yeah, that was one that went down to the wire, and they pulled that out, so they're coming in here probably feeling pretty good about themselves, and let's see if West Liberty can make them feel not good about themselves.
A little bit more on Jones, a former Division I transfer, latest at North Carolina A&T. Scored over 900 points, or around 900 points at the Division I level. Now he is here at Bowie State, the big man underneath.
Yeah, we're seeing that more and more, the transfers for the one remaining year, so he's going to pose a size problem for West Liberty, but hey, West Liberty's ready to go.
It's been a while since we've seen the number 8 team in the country. Last game was December 19th against the non-conference matchup. That was a big-time game against Wilmington of Delaware. Hilltoppers were able to lead from start to finish.
Yeah, West Liberty played so well in that game, you almost hate to take the break, but let's hope the Hilltoppers are rested and they're ready to start attacking for 40 straight minutes.
Pat Robinson, 28 points in that win in 20 minutes of play. He just continues to do it each and every game now.
Well, he's one of the better players in the country. You know, he'll be up for Regional Player of the Year, but it's all based on team success. You get those accolades when your team does well.
And one more thing, talking about team success, according to Don Clegg in our game notes today, I always appreciate him, but the Hilltoppers have had 5 different players be the leading scorer at some point this season, Pat Robinson being the latest.
And that's always kind of been the secret to their success. And we've talked about it on the air. They're never dependent upon one guy or 2 guys. That they have multitudes of guys that can step up on any given night and come out with a great performance.
We've also had 11 different players in double figures in the game this season. So coming up next, we will have the starting lineups and the Main Street Bank tip-off and more here on Topper Station.
Levi Phillips, a senior medical laboratory science student at West Liberty University, and I'm going to show you what it's like to go on a clinical rotation at WVU Medicine, Wheeling Hospital. So now we're in the blood bank, and we have all the blood for patients that could be used for traumas, transfusion therapy, if they need platelets, fresh frozen plasma, blood product. This is where you would go to get it. So this instrument here is the Vision. It does forward and reverse typing on blood. You get APOS if you get the type, antibody panel, antibody identification. So next we're going to head over to chemistry, where we process most of the samples. We receive our samples right here, and they get all sorted out. And then we can take the sample from here. And most of the time, we'll put them in here to their desired location. And then the instrument will pick it up, and it'll move it along the track, and it'll take it to some of the analyzers over here. So in the chemistry area, we receive samples from in-house, out-of-house patients. And what we do is we can have complete metabolic tests, metabolic panels, electrolytes, you know, just all the basic chemistries that you would get on a routine specimen. Next, we're going to move over to hematology. So now, in hematology, we get a lot of blood smears. When we look at a blood smear, we're looking for white blood cells, red blood cell morphology, white blood cell differential, so neutrophilic eggs, bands, lymphocytes, monocytes, stuff like that, anything out of the norm. Now we're going to go across the hallway and visit microbiology. So here we have some agar plates. This is blood agar. We grow into a culture. We could take a urine sample and streak this, and then we'll do diagnostic tests on it, and we'll find out what bacteria is growing in that sample. That's a gram-negative rod, probably Klebsiella pneumo. This is the walk-in incubator, and it stays at 37 degrees Celsius, other known as body temperature, because that's what a lot of microorganisms grow at, is body temperature. CO2 incubator, where microorganisms that grow best with CO2 are kept in here and grown in here. This is where the blood cultures are kept, all sequentially. So this is the zero pressure room, or the isolation room. And in here we have the hood. So if we're working with bacteria that's airborne or something like that, everything goes in through the vent and not out through the doors. So there's only air coming in, not going out. So we'll take our loop, get a little loop full of our sample, and then we'll streak for isolation. We streak for isolation so we can get isolated colonies. We can pull them off there, and it'll help us identify that bacteria. Thank you for checking out the Medical Laboratory Science program. For more information, go to westliberty.edu/MLS.
Hey, my name is PJ Mazik. I'm a second-year dental hygiene student, and today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the program. First, we're going to head into oral pathology class.
We're going to talk about neoplasia. When you hear the word neoplasia, what comes to mind?
Coming into your first 2 years at West Liberty, you're going to take your general education courses and the required classes needed to apply for the program after your second year. During your sophomore year, if you plan on being in the program, your junior year, you have to apply by a deadline around January, a year in advance. You can only be accepted for the dental hygiene program if you meet the course requirements and have at least a 3.0 cumulative GPA. It is a very competitive program to get accepted into, and once you're accepted, your hard work doesn't stop. You jump right into your first semester of dental hygiene classes, including tooth morphology, periodontology, radiography, head and neck anatomy, clinic lecture, and clinic lab. Now we're heading into clinic lectures.
You're not flossing your patients well.
and not making that exaggerated C shape, you are going to have loads of plaque that is still left interproximally.
The courses contain a lot of information very fast. The courses are designed to meet state board requirements that you need to get your dental hygiene license when you graduate. At first, it will seem like you're learning a foreign language. Everything is going to be different. You're not going to be used to the terms used. You will adapt and everything will start piecing itself together. As a student, you can expect to spend a lot of time outside of class studying information for your next exam or practicing your instrumentation for your next process evaluation. Now I'm going to head into clinic lab. We actually have a full-size dental hygiene clinic here on campus for West Liberty staff, students, and it's open to the community. For a low cost, people can come during the school year and receive a comprehensive dental health care service. The clinic is a learning experience for the students, so it's going to take a little bit longer than your private practice. West Liberty Dental Hygiene Clinic offers cleanings and x-rays for adults and children. Also, we will place sealants if prescribed by a dentist. X-rays taken in the clinic can be sent to your dentist or reviewed by the dentist we have in our clinic. Now heading into wrestling practice. My years here have been nothing but the best. I chose West Liberty because it's far enough away from home but not too far, and it's affordable for a 4-year education. I wanted to wrestle in college, and West Liberty Wrestling is knocking on the doors nationwide. On the academic part of things, West Liberty Dental Hygiene Program is well respected nationally as well. Being a student athlete can put a lot of weight on your shoulders. Expectations are high from your teammates, coaches, professors, and peers. Although being able to manage your time well plays a huge part in being able to handle both well. I'm a student athlete and student goes first, and my coaches are very understanding of that. Thanks for checking out the dental hygiene program. For more information, check out our website.
Hilltoppers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Toppers!
Driving on Brown, blows past him, count it as well! Rasil, 3, bullseye, huge 3! Robinson inside, hands it off. Marlon Moore, look out below! Butler thinks about the 3, doesn't take it, driving, off the window, good! Sarson, 3, got it!
Oh my.
Ben Sarson. Doesn't take the 3, goes baseline, up and under.
Oh my.
Here we go now. They are back to the Elite 8. The Hilltoppers advance to Evansville, Indiana. Hello everyone, welcome back into Topper Station. Starting lineup starting here in a few moments. I'm Isaac Basinger. Alongside me is West Liberty Athletic Director Coach Lynn Ollum for this non-conference matchup between the Bowie State Bulldogs and the West Liberty Hilltoppers. And we're going to start first with the starting lineups with the Bulldogs. Starting out for them will be number 2, Anthony Carpenter, the 6'2 sophomore from Registown, Maryland. And then it'll be number 15, the 6'5 junior from Bowie, Maryland, Quentin Drayton. Then it'll be number 20, David McCullough, the 6'6 sophomore from Bowie, Maryland as well. And then number 22, Kobe Ayete, the 6'8 graduate student from Ghana. And then rounding out the starting lineup for the Bowie State Bulldogs, number 23, Tyler Jones, the 6'8 graduate student from Pleasantville, New Jersey. Their head coach, the former Bulldog himself, Darryl Brooks. He is 196 and 134 in his 12th season at Bowie State. As the lights will come down here in a moment at the ASRC. The Hilltoppers will roll out this starting lineup. And they'll start with number 1, Malik McKinney, the 6'3 junior from Bowie, Maryland himself. Then following Malik as he comes down now will be number 2, Bryce Butler, the 6'5 sophomore from Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Then after him will be number 10, Viktor Kovacevic, the 6'8 senior from Belgrade, Serbia. And it will be the Hilltoppers leading scorer after him, number 23, Pat Robinson III, the 6'3 junior from Chesterfield, New Jersey. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Hilltoppers will be number 24, Ben Sarson, the 6'6 freshman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Hilltoppers are coached by former Hilltopper standout Ben Hallett. He is 109 and 19 in his 5th season here on the Hilltop.
Yeah, Isaac, I've gotten to know Coach Brooks from Bowie pretty well. We were on NCAA committees together, the regional rankings committee, and if I remember right, I think he was the one that directed our regional last year.
The Hilltoppers will be in the home white jerseys with the black numbers and letters across the backs and the fronts. Bowie State will be in the charcoal gray jerseys with the white numbers and letters across the fronts and back. The Hilltoppers will go left to right here in the first half. The Bulldogs will go right to left. As the tip-off brought to you by Main Street Bank is coming up right now, it'll be Viktor Kovacevic will go for the Hilltoppers, and it will be Ayete for the Bulldogs. Kovacevic tips it back to Sarson, who sends it over to Bryce Butler, and we are underway here at the ASRC. Butler, guarded closely, kicks it over to Kovacevic at that left elbow. Kovacevic has it, dribbles to McKinney. Back to Butler. Bryce in a little bit of trouble, kicks it out. Pat Robinson fires a 3, shot's going to be blocked. Taken there is Jones. Hands it off, and he gets it up to Carpenter. Carpenter facing some pressure, gets it up, and eventually going to be taking it there is McCullough. Slowing it down, back to Carpenter, and this is where the Bulldogs will start. Passes over to Jones. Swinging it over now, Ayete at the top of the key. Foul underneath, it will go the other way.
I don't know if they got that on the illegal screen or if they called it on a kid trying to displace on the lower block, but nevertheless, West Liberty gains possession through an offensive foul.
Foul is against Quentin Drayton, his first, team first of the half. 19:15 remaining in the first half. West Liberty's second possession. Robinson drive, dumps it off. Bryce Butler has it, reverse layup, a little bit too much on it. Rebound by Drayton. Drayton dribbles out of some pressure, he goes right back into the corner. Kovacevic and Butler on him. Fires it over. Robinson picks it off. Stops on a dime, floats it up in the air, gets it to drop. It's 2-0 Hilltoppers.
West Liberty forces their first turnover through the press, and it immediately leads to a basket by Pat Robinson.
Bulldogs average 17.4 turnovers in the game and chalk another one up. That's too early.
Yeah, it's kind of been their Achilles heel, but it doesn't surprise me. They start a huge lineup, 6'8", 6'8", 6'6", 6'6", and 6'5".
Malik McKinney will fire it in. He finds Bryce Butler in that left corner. Butler dribbling through some pressure and out into the right corner. McKinney fires a 3 off the rim. Tip-in attempt by Kovacevic off the mark. Sarson's chance also no good. Taking it now the other way will be Drayton. He faces pressure again, trying to get through it. Offensive foul, and that's going to be 2 quick fouls on Quentin Drayton.
West Liberty's done a really good job in these 3 possessions of establishing a solid trap without reaching, and they forced 2 turnovers out of those.
Hey, and Teal into the game now for Drayton as he has to take a quick seat. Hilltoppers have it. They lead 2-0. As with 18:25 remaining in the first half, Kovacevic takes the pass from McKinney. Kovacevic dribbling around, trying to find someone to get open. Picks up his dribble now, over to Ben Sarson, being guarded tightly. McKinney inside, 3 to shoot. Butler fires off the mark. Rebound by Carpenter. Dribbling through the pressure of McKinney, right on him on that right side. Back to the top of the key. Jones fires the triple. He got it. It's 3-2 Bulldogs early on. Kovacevic will control it on the right side, dribbling towards the middle. Backdoor pass. McKinney inside, off the glass, and good.
Great pass by Kovacevic and a really nice cut by McKinney.
Teal recently entered the game, slowly moving it over, sticks it over to the left side. Now more towards the left wing and kicking it back out. Court controlling it now is Anthony Carpenter. Top of the key to Jones. The left side. Yede. Pass Carpenter underneath to Jones. The big man underneath. Takes it out to Teal. Teal, 3 to shoot. He's got a drive, goes, fires up the wild shot. It's off the mark. Rebound by Ben Sarson, who gets it up to Malik McKinney. Down the center of the floor to the left side. Robinson has it with that quick step. It's going to be moved off his spot to Ben Sarson. 18 to shoot for the Hilltoppers. Bryce Butler going, looking for space, trying to make some. Kicks it out. Kovacevic fires the 3. In and out. Rebound underneath by Carpenter. He gets knocked down, and that'll be a foul against the Hilltoppers.
West Liberty's missed some pretty makeable shots early in the game, but that doesn't surprise me. You just never know how you're going to play, especially offensively, when you're coming off of the break.
And if you're Bowie State, you have a little bit of an advantage as well. You played your last game on December 30th compared to the Hilltoppers on December 19th.
And I do think that is an advantage.
Fresh 5 into the game for the Hilltoppers, as getting the pass over was Turner, who just entered the game as well. Pass goes up, it's going to go out of bounds. It goes off of Jones, who had it originally shot to make the pass up. It goes out of bounds. The Hilltoppers will take over. Garrett Denbo fires it into Christian Montague. 4-3, the Hilltoppers have the lead. 16-40 remaining in the first half as Marlon Moore on the right wing hands it off. Russell for 3 off the front of the iron. Rebound taken down by the Bulldogs. Controlling it now is McCullough. Passes it down the floor. Denbo right there to scoop it up. Over to Zach Russell on the right side. Underneath, Marlon Moore can't handle the pass. Teal will take it away. Ian Teal down the center of the floor. Faces some pressure from Montague and eventually draws the foul. And it will go against Christian Montague, his first team foul, number 2.
West Liberty's forcing turnovers, but they just haven't had a lot of success in converting them.
Looking to fire it in now. Dexter Turner is able to get it underneath to Jones. Working on Marlon Moore. Fadeaway, jumper off the mark. Rebound underneath with the offensive board. That's also no good as Duffin Jr. tried to get the putback attempt. Webb was right there to grab it. Marlon Moore to Christian Montague. Russell trying to move it quick. The Hilltoppers look to swing it around, but goes back to Austin Webb. Pump fakes the shot, goes inside, sends it back out. Denbo, 3, got it. 7-3, the Hilltoppers get their first triple of the afternoon.
There's 2 nice plays by Austin Webb. Got a rebound in traffic on the defensive end and follows up with a nice assist on the offensive end.
Good pressure on the backside. Duffin Jr. wasn't able to finish. Webb with a good defense. In the corner, Montague, 3, short and off the mark. Battle for the wrong rebound goes to Turner, who looks to stretch it down the length of the floor. As that one goes around and down, it's 7-5. As Russell gets it into Montague, facing some pressure from Turner. Christian Montague walks it down the floor. 15:05 remaining in the first half. Moore from the pass from Montague. Can't get the easy attempt. Putback attempt won't fall either, but a foul is called. And Marlon Moore will head to the line. He'll be shooting 2. Tyler Jones picks up the foul. He'll be his first. Team foul number 3.
The Hilltoppers are getting the shots that they're probably wanting to get. They just haven't been able to put the ball in the basket.
Marlon's first free throw drops. It's a 3-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Justin Root into the game, along with number 25, Victor Okafor. Marlon goes 2-2. 9-5 the Hilltoppers lead. 15:02 remaining in the first half. Pressure there, pass gets in. Turner has it, sends it across. Over to Rout. Over to the right side to Teal. Teal will drive on Marlon Moore. Marlon says not today, and the Hilltoppers will go the other direction. Christian Montague down the center of the floor. To Rosil, extra pass. Webb, corner, three, off the mark. Rebound by Okafor, who gets it up to Teal. To the left side of the floor to Duffin Jr. Swing it around. Wanting the three was Okafor. Doesn't take it. Drives in. Draws the foul. And Victor Okafor will head to the line, but after the media timeout. Hilltoppers lead 9-5 with 14:35 remaining in the first half. We'll be back here on Topper Station.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
All right, now you're just like Daddy, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training.
Here you go, Daddy.
Or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
Welcome back in the Topper Station. 14:35 remaining in the first half. The Hilltoppers have the 9-5 lead, but 2 free throws upcoming by Victor Okafor of the Bulldogs.
Apologize to our listeners out there. We're having technical difficulties with the live stats, but our Director of Operations, Rex Lancaster, is working hard to get that corrected.
If there's anyone that can fix it, it'd be Rex.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
As Okafor at the line, first one drops. Okafor on the season, though, makes the first, is only a 53.8% shooter from the free-throw line and goes 2 of 2 this time. Hilltoppers with that starting 5 back in the lineup. 9-7 with the 2-point lead are the Hilltoppers. McKinney hands it off. Kovacevic, long 2, off the mark. Right there to grab the rebound is Pat Robinson, trying to slice and dice his way through some Bulldogs. He does. Bryce Butler controls it, faces some tight pressure. Zone defense here from the Bulldogs. Kovacevic goes up strong, gets it to fall. Victor Kovacevic will head to the line, shooting the and one.
It's nice to see Victor to get one of those to fall. Good post entry there, and he powers through to see if he can convert a traditional three-point play.
Victor's and one. It's off the back iron, but right there to grab the board is Ben Sarson. Kovacevic had it for a second, loses it. It's a grease pig out there right now, and eventually they're able to grab it, as it's going to be Teal. Slowing down the offense. Offensive foul underneath. They're calling the clear out on number 10, Keith Duffin Jr., and that will be his first, team foul number 5. So 5 fouls already, and we're only 6 minutes in.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy call. He was extending that left arm, trying to create space for himself.
Hilltoppers take over. Pat Robinson on the right side of the floor, driving inside, kicks it out. Kovacevic for 3, off the front iron. McKinney with the putback right there, right time, Malik McKinney. That might be an early candidate for the Belmont Savings Bank play of the game. As Okafor, top of the key, firing the 3, route, front iron. Kovacevic tries to battle for it, right there to grab the rebound, and eventually put it up as Duffin Jr. He's fouled. He'll head to the line. He'll shoot 2. Butler picks up the foul, his first, team foul number 4.
There's just something about these first games back, Isaac. You know, I had an opportunity to coach in about 25 of these, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. It doesn't make sense, but sometimes it's so difficult to get into your rhythm and just convert the easy plays that you've made the whole first semester.
And I can imagine how hard it is. I mean, you have your Christmas holiday, then you have the New Year's holiday, you go into it, and I imagine you're not eating how you're supposed to during that, and you might not be able to get in the gym as much as you like as well. So it's definitely not the easiest time to get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, and those all sound good, but they're 18 to 22-year-old kids. Like, again, there's just no rhyme or reason. They're all in shape, and it's just sometimes you just can't get into that rhythm.
Hilltoppers break the pressure. Robinson's pass a little wide. McKinney can't save it. It's a turnover for the Hilltoppers.
And there's an example. That's a perfect example of what we're talking about. We've seen Pat make that play how many times this season?
Bulldogs basketball on the baseline. They get it in. Carpenter faces a lot of pressure from Butler, and eventually getting the steal is right there is Montague. Hands it off. Bryce Butler lays it up and in. Dexter Turner down the floor, now going. Okafor reverse, off the mark. Rebound by Bryce Butler. Sends it over to the right side of Christian Montague, cutting towards the middle. Montague down, kicks it over. McKinney, open, three, off the side of the rim. Tipped around, eventually going to be taken by Victor Okafor. To Turner, goes up. McKinney with the block. Talk about timing that up perfect. Sized him up and was able to get full contact with the ball.
Yeah, you could see him sizing that up for about the last three dribbles before the kid elevated.
As that shot was by Turner, just wasn't able to get over McKinney. Bulldogs still have it into the corner. Driving and floating it is Root and is able to get it to drop.
Pretty nice shot there on the baseline. Difficult shot.
McKinney kicks it over to Montague. To the right side, Sarson, he sizes up a three. Cha-ching, 18-11, 12:24 remaining in the first half.
Then Sarson found himself unaccounted for and knocks down a three.
But Sarson will pick up the foul. Victor Okafor had it, tried to poke it away, a little bit too much contact. That'll be Sarson's second, team foul number 5. McKinney comes out of the game. Rasil in for the Hilltoppers, along with McCullough, who just came into the game for the Bulldogs, will do the inbounding. Gets it in. Jones swinging it over. Ayete, now the three coming, and getting it to fall is Anthony Carpenter with a good response. It's a 4-point game, 18-14, 12 minutes remaining.
Right in front of me, I could see that play developing with that little down screen.
But Ben Sarson answers right back, high off the window. It's 20-14. Pass is stolen. Robinson right there. Stop, floats in the air. Shot's going to be blocked. Rebound by Carpenter. Cutting through some guys. Carpenter over to Turner. Curls it back out. Back to Carpenter. Robinson picks him up. Carpenter goes. Loses it. Bryce Butler will take it. 4-on-3 for the Hilltoppers. They want it. Rasil. Three. Back iron. Battle for the rebound. Montague grabs the offensive board. It gets underneath. Quick pass over. Robinson lays it up and in from the good pass from Ben Sarson.
Yeah, that's a great play. That's Ben Sarson's playing well.
And that's another candidate for the Belmont Savings Bank play of the game as Dexter Turner goes the other way and gets the easy layup. As Christian Montague on the left side to Bryce Butler. Butler driving, kicking it back out, floating it over the defender to Montague. Sarson looking to go baseline. Back to Montague, top of the key. Robinson, Rasil, he fires the triple. It's going to be blocked. Taken there and going with the home run pass the other way is McCullough, who slams it down. It's a 4-point game.
That's the third shot block. 2 on 3s today.
Bryce Butler, top of the key. Pat Robinson, he fires the triple. Cha-ching, 25-18. 10:25 remaining in the first half. It's 25-18. Good pressure there by Christian Montague. Pokes it out of bounds. Not very often you see all 10 guys in the backcourt with the pressure.
That's a good observation, Isaac.
They'll do it again. Looking to get it in is Jones. He does. Faces pressure as Carpenter is able to swing it up down the floor to Ayete. Yete from the pass from Carpenter. Inside, Jones on Garrett Denbo. Denbo's able to steal it. Foot's on the baseline. Possession will stay right here.
I talked to the West Liberty coaches earlier today, and they thought they might be able to turn them over a lot today, which they have.
Again, I mentioned it previously, 17.4 turnovers a game as Kovacevic goes up, thought he got a block, will end up picking up the foul. That'll be the team's 6th, and that'll be Victor's first. 10:04 remaining in the first half. 25-18, the Hilltoppers have the lead. Kobe Ayete. And I feel bad because I can almost tell you I'm butchering his name. It's the graduate student from Ghana. Knocks down the first. That's his first points of the afternoon.
There's a blessing and curse to being the play-by-play guy, and that's the curse.
As the second one is also good. It's a 5-point game as we reach the 10-minute mark of the first half. Montague on the right side finds some lane. Kicking it back out. Kovacevic, extra pass, corner. Rasil doesn't take the three, hands it off. Kovacevic, look out below.
It's a nice play. Zach Rasil with the dribble penetration and the assist.
And defense on the other end by Denbo and Kovacevic. Pass goes the other way. McKinney's able to spin through a guy. Back, Montague, corner three. Denbo got it. 30-20. Timeout on the floor by Bowie State, and that extends to the media timeout. Hilltoppers lead by 10 of 9:30 remaining in the first half. You are watching Topper Station.
We respond to infectious outbreaks with EPA-approved disinfectants. We offer full surface and high-touch decontamination, whether your facility has had a case or you'd like a precautionary cleaning. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the team the Mountaineers call.
BSB tip of the day. Your bank should have a good rewards program. Kasasa Tunes gives you rewards for iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon, depending on how you use your checking account. That's Kasasa Tunes at Belmont Savings Bank.
Undo's Catering, family owned since 1953. With 4 newly remodeled catering facilities throughout the Ohio Valley, Undo's can accommodate banquets from 25 to 700 guests. Undo's caters weddings, picnics, corporate events, holiday events, and job site drop-offs for the construction and oil and gas industry. Call 304-233-5566 today.
Undo, pride is our main ingredient. Undo.
30-20, the Hilltoppers have the 10-point lead with 9:30 remaining in the first half. You're watching Topper Station. I'm Isaac Basinger. Alongside me is Lynn Allum. Coach, the pressure's starting to get to the Bulldogs a little bit.
Yeah, we kept waiting for one of those little mini spurts that West Liberty has, and that one was cut short with the timeout by Coach Brooks, but pretty fun plays to watch. Got the Kovacevic dunk and then the three off the steal.
Stretching it down the floor, not able to control it is Ayete. Trying to do it his best effort, but the Hilltoppers force another turnover. So get everyone ready. Christian Montague to McKinney, back to Montague as he'll walk it down across that beautiful West Liberty logo at the center of the court. Montague at the top of the key, a little bit of some zone here. As Hilltopper swinging around, Kovacevic jumps in the air, finds Robinson. Over to McKinney, back to Robinson. Doesn't take the three, takes a step over, likes that a little bit better, but this one's off the mark of the side of the rim. McKinney's able to save it with 3 to shoot. Denbo running out of real estate. He's got to fire it up. Doesn't get it off in time. Would have been a shot clock violation either way. And that's a turnover for the Hilltoppers.
I'm going to say that hit the rim.
I thought it might have hit the bottom part of the rim.
It was just a weird bounce. If it doesn't hit the rim, the ball would have gone a little bit more diagonal towards out of bounds, if that makes sense.
I'll agree with you. As Denbo pokes that one away, as the inbound pass by Duffin Jr. couldn't get in. 8:54 remaining in the first half. Duffin Jr. will try it again. Unsuccessful yet again. As Denbo, corner three. Can't get the drop. Put back right there again by Malik McKinney.
It's his second putback today, crashing the offensive board.
2-on-1, going the other way, going up and laying it up and in is David McCullough. As Victor Kovacevic in the pass from Malik McKinney to Christian Montague, back to Kovacevic, fires the three, and they blow the whistle. I'm not sure. Did you see what the whistle was blown for?
There's a guy down in the corner, so I think they stopped the game.
There is a guy in the corner down, and we're going to take a break as it is. We will be right back here on Topper Station.
What if your bank offered CDs with consistently competitive and higher interest rates?
That's what I want.
What if, unlike other banks, they're normally open more hours? And they don't use high teaser rates on CDs only to lower them later.
Isn't that the way all banks should be?
And even more, several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank.
The right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Water emergencies? Trust the team with the right people, knowledge, and equipment to quickly dry your home or business, preventing further damage. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. The team, the Mountaineers.
Welcome back at a Topper Station. Injured Bulldogs still off to the side here. It's 32-22. 8:27 remaining in the first half. And while he is still down, we are going to send it to another break. So you are watching Topper Station.
BSB tip of the day. Bank with a company that pays you, depending on how you use your checking account. It's Kasasa Cash Back. It's a totally real thing, and we could totally pay you money. That's Kasasa Cash Back at Belmont Savings Bank.
Grab a meal at the Dirty Dog Tavern. Located at the top of the hill in West Liberty, Dirty Dog Tavern offers a family-friendly atmosphere with a full menu as well as adult beverages. Catch the game during weekday happy hours, play games like darts or pool, or enjoy the deck with your family and friends. Open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m. and Sunday from noon to 8. Come to the Dirty Dog Tavern in the town of West Liberty, a proud supporter of Hilltopper Athletics. Where are you going? The store in West Liberty. The store is open 7 days a week with daily lunch specials, hot food and cold sandwiches, Patsy's Pizza, and a wide selection of chips, pop, and other snacks, as well as household goods and hygiene products. We've also got a wide selection of beer and an ATM. Stop on in and check out the store, located at the top of the hill in the town of West Liberty, a proud supporter of Hilltopper Athletics.
If your home or business has been damaged by fire, call the single source provider. From board up to move back in, we provide content and structural services, and we guarantee no smoke smell. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. The team the Mountaineers call.
What if your bank offered CDs with consistently competitive and higher interest rates?
That's what I want.
What if, unlike other banks, they're normally open more hours? And they don't use high teaser rates on CDs only to lower them later.
Isn't that the way all banks should be?
And even more, several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank.
The right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Every basket, every touchdown,
every goal, and every spike.
It's possible because of you.
Help our student athletes compete in the classroom
and for championships
by joining the Hilltopper Athletic Club.
Welcome back into Topper Station. A little bit of a scary scene in that right corner over there with the Bulldog player going down. We hope and pray that he is okay, as athletic trainer Jason Coleman over with him at this time.
Yeah, really can't tell. Got a little bit of a limp, so assuming it's a leg injury, but
it's a scary thing because it was a player that wasn't on the floor. As the Hilltoppers will have the ball, 8:27 remaining in the first half, with West Liberty having the 32-22 lead.
See if Bowie, it appears like they may be going back into their zone, which they've played for the last several possessions.
Shot clock will be at 24 seconds. And Bryce Butler will send it into Christian Montague, and we're back to action here at the ASRC. The right side, Kovacevic, Montague to Bryce Butler, gets it inside. Kovacevic high off the glass, can't get it to drop. Right there, the putback though is Victor, and he makes it the 12-point lead. Pushing it the other direction, Ian Teal to Carpenter, who walks his way over, then hands it back to Teal on the right side of the floor. Teal now towards the center, over to Carpenter. Looking for a screen, can't find one, eventually does, as Kovacevic switches on to Teal. Trying to get underneath to Jones, cannot. Taking it now, it's Duffin Jr., long two, rattles in and out. Rebound by Jones, goes up, Kovacevic over a block. It's going to be poked back out by Montague, and eventually the next shot won't fall as well, as Butler's there to pull down the board. Kovacevic to Pat Robinson, kicks it out, no look. Montague, three, back iron, battling for the rebound. Bryce Butler, right place, right time, is able to lay it in.
Yeah, someone kept that ball alive, and it fell right into Bryce Butler's hands.
Going now, Montague, and the Hilltoppers are able to get a steal as McKinney, top of the key. Kovacevic, right side and the right wing, as Montague driving, lays it up off the mark. He's able to grab the board though. Robinson, three ball, short. Battling for the rebound and taking it as Duffin Jr. He faces two mans of pressure. Essentially gets it up to Jones on the left side. Ian Teal, open three, got it. 36-25, it's an 11-point lead for the Hilltoppers as the pressure's there, but Kovacevic's able to get the inbound pass. Butler takes it now from the pass from Robinson. Bryce Butler lays it up, can't get it to drop. Rebound by Jones. As Carpenter faces some pressure, gets around Kovacevic, will drive inside, dumping it off. And looking for space and laying it up and in is David McCullough. It's now a 9-point game, and West Liberty will call a timeout. They get a fresh 5 in.
Not a good sequence on either end of the floor for West Liberty.
It's a 30-second timeout. And definitely did not, as you mentioned, not the greatest set of possessions there for the Hilltoppers. As the Hilltoppers will roll with Garrett Denbo, Marlon Moore, Austin Webb, Ben Sarson, and Zach Rasil.
Well, let's see if this lineup can come with a little bit more energy. And Bowie's been a little, they've got length on the perimeter. They've bothered several of West Liberty's three-point attempts today. You don't see that often.
You mentioned they're a big team. Everyone almost seems on the roster is almost that 6'5" range, and they're able to get their long arms out and block some shots as Austin Webb faces some pressure on the inbound, gets it up to Zach Rasil. Over to Ben Sarson, up and under, a man, and he slams it home. Ben Sarson was an up and under.
Yeah, nice little head fake, got the defender off his feet and follows with a dunk off of 2 feet.
Pass coming through off of Sarson's foot as Rout was trying to get it through. It's a kicked ball. Possession will stay with the Bulldogs. As Turner will fire it in, goes for the home run pass, stops for a second, eventually fires it over to Okafor. Back to Teal. 3 seconds to get it over, and they do as Okafor takes it. Quick pass underneath through Turner's hands, Ayete's hands, and the Hilltoppers will take over.
Yeah, the press has really bothered the Bulldogs today.
It's an 11-point lead for the Hilltoppers. We're under 6 minutes remaining in the first half as Austin Webb works his way around again. Bowie in the zone defense. Webb pump fakes the pass into the corner. Looks to curl it back. He does. Gets to Denbo. 10 to shoot for the Hilltoppers. Denbo, cross-court pass. Marlon Moore inside. Goes up and under. Gets it poked away. Going the other way now will be Victor Okafor. And he'll slam one home on the other end. And it's 38-29. Rasil to Ben Sarson. Into the corner, Marlon Moore. He's going to dump it off to Sarson, takes the dribble and passes it inside. It's going to be turned over. As Yede is able to force it, going the other direction and laying it up, and no good as Rout. Hilltoppers swinging around. Sarson, corner three, off the mark, but Ben's going to be fouled from three-point land, and Ben Sarson will head to the line and shoot three.
West Liberty hustled back that time and got fortunate where they missed the shot from point-blank range, advanced the ball, and Sarson, who's had a pretty nice game here today, looks like he's going to be shooting three. Shooting two. Must have said his foot was on the line.
It's three. The officials put up the three after that, as Ben's first is off the mark. Ben Sarson on the season, a 70% free throw shooter from the charity stripe, as he knocks down this one. That gives Ben 8 points.
West Liberty's forced about 15 turnovers here in the first half.
And Sarson fires the last one, 2 of 3. It's 40-29. Pressure's there, but Sarson will force another turnover. He passes to Denbo. Denbo's pass across into the corner is going to be poked out of bounds. He's trying to find Austin Webb, just wasn't there. And that will send us to the under 5 media timeout. 4:55 remaining in the first half. It's 40-29, the Hilltoppers lead.
I'm Courtney Mulder, and I'm the owner of Apartment 2 Art. I'm the candle lady. I make soy wax, hand-poured candles, and wax melts. I make all my own labels. I've made my own font that I can put on my labels. So whenever I went to West Liberty, I was in the graphic design program, so I learned how to use all the programs to make my own fonts, my logos. But I also took a lot of hands-on traditional art classes, which kind of helped me get into the candle making. And I wanted to figure out a way to make money off of what I love doing. The community around here locally, everybody's really pushing for small local businesses to thrive. I feel like I kind of just created my business at the right time to kind of like be a part of the community. I'm Courtney Mulder, and I'm proud to be a Hilltopper.
.455 remaining in the first half. It's 40-29. West Liberty leads. It's their ball on the baseline. As Garrett Denbo will inbound it. 24 on the shot clock. Denbo throws it back. He finds Ben Sarson, who finds Zach Rasil on the right side.
A little surprised Bowie went back to man here because they were pretty effective. Now they're back into the zone.
Rasil has it, looking for space, kicks it over towards the corner to Webb, who goes the other corner to Marlon Moore. He's got 4 to shoot. Marlon driving, kicking it back out to Webb, finds the floater, doesn't touch anything, and that's a shot clock violation. And Coach Ben Hallett said that's it. He's going to go for the next 5.
Yeah, he's a little frustrated today, but that lineup, that's not a natural lineup to attack zones.
The Hilltoppers will go with Montague, McKinney, Robinson, Butler, and Kovacevic. Passes in, trying to cut through the zone, and the press are the Bulldogs, and they're able to go all the way down as Quentin Drayton's able to get it to go.
It's a pretty impressive play right there.
Drayton's had to sit most of the first half with 2 quick fouls in the first half. That's Kovacevic over to Christian Montague. Inside, Kovacevic facing a lot of pressure from that zone. Sends it over to Pat Robinson. Back to Kovacevic. He has an open three off the front of the iron. Can't get it to fall. A foul underneath as McKinney went flying over the baseline.
Malik was trying to get his third tip into the game, but appears to have gotten pushed.
As Quentin Drayton got his third foul on the play. So team foul number 7, and this will send McKinney at the line shooting the 1+1 as Drayton will take a seat. And back into the game is number 10, Keith Duffin Jr.
This is one of these games, if you're a Hilltopper fan, does not have a good feel for it. I'd just love to see them maybe get this thing out to 17, 18 points here by the half, because it doesn't have a good feel right now.
McKinney knocks down the first, and Bowie State, mentioned, only the 3 wins on the season, and the longer he lets teams stick around on the road, the more hope they get. As they will control it as Rout dribbles it and hands it over to Ian Teal. Bulldogs continue to swing it around as Turner has a step on Robinson. Drive, will kick it back out. Duffin Jr. looking to go up strong, pushes off. That's 100% an offensive foul as the Hilltoppers will take over there.
It's about a handful of offensive fouls that they've had, and none of them are the charge variety.
And it's interesting because they outsize the Hilltoppers, and they're still trying to create space instead of just using their bodies. Pat Robinson over to Christian Montague, driving, kicking into the corner. Bryce Butler takes a dribble, sends it around. Extra pass into the corner. Montague's 3 short. Rebound inside. McKinney goes up. He draws contact. And Malik McKinney will head to the line. He'll shoot 2. As Ian Teal picks up the foul, his first, team foul number 9.
This Liberty continues to struggle against the zone here. They just haven't been able to figure it out to this point where they're getting the looks that they want.
Malik on the season is a 70% free throw shooter, knocks down the first. And this might be a way the Hilltoppers are able to get points, is drawing fouls going in against this zone. As back into the game for the Bulldogs is David McCullough. As McCullough will inbound it, floats it over the top, gets it into Teal, back to McCullough. McCullough down the right side, looking for space, spinning, going up, completely out of control, but draws contact from McKinney. And David McCullough will head to the line and will shoot 2. McKinney's first, team foul number 7. McCullough on the season averages a touch above 11 points at 11.4 points per game. McCullough's second on its way. That one will rattle its way home. It's 44-32, 3:10 remaining in the first half. Pat Robinson hands it off. Bryce Butler looking into the corner. Ian Teal tried to save it, but he throws it off his own foot. Hilltoppers will have it. But again, that zone defense right there, trying to take away those quick passes.
Yeah, it goes back. They just have so much length. They get their hands on a lot of things.
Montague will inbound it. Will fire it back to Bryce Butler. Has to try to avoid the pressure from Teal. Butler going, passes underneath, is going to be kicked, but it kicked right back out to McKinney. 10 to shoot for the Hilltoppers. Montague has it, shaded to the left side. Victor Kovacevic. Kovacevic inside, works his way up and in, counted as well. Hoop and a harm. Victor Kovacevic will shoot the extra.
There's some natural talent on the offensive end. A little shaking and baking and a tough finish.
McCullough picks up the foul. That's his first, and it's team foul number 10. So the Hilltoppers will shoot 2 the rest of the way out. But Kovacevic here will be shooting the 1. And he gets it to go as it's 47-32. 15-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Floating it up into the air. It was like a Hail Mary in a football game as McKinney's able to pick it off. Top of the key, Robinson. Finds space, mid-range jumper, got it. 49-32. Turner will look to fire it in, looking for space. Another 5-second call and another turnover against the Bulldogs. The Hilltoppers going on a little bit of a run here.
It's what the doctor ordered.
As Montague gets it in to McKinney, top of the key, Bryce Butler. Right side, Pat Robinson. Robinson driving, didn't have the angle, throws it away. McCullough's able to take it. Swinging back to Turner to McCullough. McCullough goes up and draws contact, and he'll head to the line again, and he'll be shooting two. McKinney picks up the foul, his second, team foul number 8. Hilltoppers went on a little bit of a run there of 2:15 remaining in the first half, 49-32, and it seems like you blinked and you looked up and the Hilltoppers are at 49 points. It didn't seem like they're getting them in bunches as they normally do.
Yeah, they just had that one little spurt there. They have forced so many turnovers in this game. On the defensive end, it's gone the route that they wanted it to.
Second free throw drops, 49-34, 2:14 remaining in the first half. As Pat Robinson on the right wing, over to Montague, and the left wing to Rasil, top of the key. Montague passes it over to Robinson, who works inside. Extra pass. Continuing to dribble now is Montague. As Kovacevic has it, under 10 to shoot, now 5 to shoot. Victor will control it, passes it, and sails it over Zach Rasil's head, and that's a turnover for the Hilltoppers.
West Liberty's not getting much movement on the offensive end against this zone. They're kind of fanned out on the perimeter, and the one thing that Bowie is, we've mentioned, they've got length and they move their feet pretty well in this zone. And
Anthony Carpenter is able to get it up and break the press. Under 100 seconds remaining in the first half. Swinging it over. Okafor to Turner. To Carpenter, just inside of the three-point line, dribbles it back out to Okafor. Thinks about the long three, doesn't take it, passes it over. Now the long jumper is off the mark. Right there for the putback is Okafor. He can't get it to drop either, and then he picks up a foul, and that will send Pat Robinson to the line shooting two. The original shot that was off the mark there was from Kyrie Freeman Davis.
West Liberty with some impressive defense in the half court of their own on that possession ended up forcing a contested 17-footer and contested a rebound, and Pat Robinson gets fouled.
Pat's first free throw off the mark. Pat will fire his second here for minute 17 remaining in the first half, and the Hilltoppers have half 100 as it's 50-34. Turner's able to get it in to McCullough. To Freeman Davis, back to McCullough. Bulldogs break the pressure. McCullough goes high off the window, off the mark. Rebound by Bryce Butler. Up to Pat Robinson. Hilltoppers have numbers. They want it. Robinson acrobatically tries to get it to go. He won't get it to drop, but he'll head to the line and shoot two.
If you're a defender, that'll put some fear into you, seeing Pat Robinson accelerating one-on-one against you.
He just does such a great job of contorting his body to give himself some space, and you mentioned all the time, he's so strong with the basketball as well.
Yeah, and that's the key. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are shifty, but he doesn't need much room because he's so strong. Once he creates that gap, you're not going to get back in front of him.
Robinson drops the first. Exactly 1 minute remaining here in the first half.
Pat Robinson up to an unofficial 11 points.
Now making an unofficial 12. Bulldogs will inbound it. Turner gets it in, it's going to be poked away. Rasil with the quick pass to Butler is able to get it, fakes back out, and goes right back under. Bryce Butler makes it a 20-point game. Passes in. Carpenter facing pressure, gets it over to Turner. Turner trying to break two guys. It's going to get through the pressure, and Robinson wasn't able to get out of the way of McCullough. And McCullough will now go to the line and shoot two as Robinson picks up his first. Team foul number 9, excuse me. So it will just be the 1-and-1.
Say hello to my wife who's watching the game down in Wetzel County tonight.
First free throw drops for McCullough. 41 seconds remaining in the first half. Is this enough time for a possible 2-for-1 or no?
No.
I mean, that'd be pretty quick, but...
I mean, even if you get it up and down in 5 seconds, by the time they inbound, there's like a 3-second differential.
Robinson takes the length of the floor. Montague forces the steal. Marlon Moore inside. Stop goes up this time. Rattles it home.
Unless you steal the ball, and that creates a 2-for-1.
58-36. Time winding down the first half. McCullough goes up, draws contact against Rasil. McCullough is fouled, who headed the line, shoot two, 18.5 seconds.
And just to show you what this style creates, we're talking about a 2-for-1. This will be West Liberty's third possession since we said that. Robinson gets the layup, they get the steal, and now they're going to get an opportunity to close out the half.
McCullough at the line, gets the first one to fall. He has 12 points unofficially.
Hopefully we can get the live stats going over half. Some technical adjustments need to be made.
58-38. Hilltoppers have the lead by 20. Montague and the Hilltoppers look to make that a little bit more. Montague will drive with under 5 now remaining in the half. Basil 3, bullseye. 61-38, and that will send us to the end of the first half. Coach, it seemed like towards the end of the half there, even though when the Hilltoppers felt a little bit uncomfortable, they were still able to get your points.
Well, they're just creating so many turnovers, and it's going to be interesting, but I bet they've taken 20, 25 more shots in this game, and even if you're not shooting it well and struggling a little bit, you walk in with 61 points. It's the beauty of the system.
Absolutely, and then the turnovers have been just great for the Hilltoppers, forcing so many of them.
Yeah, it's been impressive, and I asked for an 18-point lead, and they gave me a 23.
So, Merry Christmas to you, a late Christmas present from the Hilltoppers, and we'll come back whenever we come back. We'll have second half action here on Topper Station.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the West Liberty University Highland Center. I'm going to be your tour guide today. My name is Phil Carl, and I am the newly appointed Director of Facilities here. So what does that mean? Where are we? And what happens here? So whether you knew it or not, since 2009, West Liberty University has had roughly a 12,000 square foot presence at the Highland Center. We're right across the street from the Marquee Cinema, snuggled right up next to the Fairfield Inn, and are conveniently located right above DeCarlo's Pizza, so you can entertain, stay, eat, hang out at the Highlands with West Liberty. So as the Director of Facilities, my charge has been to figure out what this facility will be for the future of West Liberty and the Highlands community at large. And moving forward, we want to be a better community partner and offer a wider variety of services. So if you've got a couple of minutes, come with me. I'm going to show you around the facility, and we'll lay out a couple ideas for what West Liberty is planning for this facility and how it can better engage with the community. One of the beautiful things about this facility is right next door there's a 4,000 square foot event room that is maintained by the Ohio County Development Authority. And luckily for us, we have awesome county commissioners that have already spoken to us about a shared partnership utilizing that room, and then the opportunity for West Liberty to engage with breakout rooms. So you could have an event next door, come over here for some breakout sessions, and spend all of your time in one location. And as we move down the hallway, one of the first rooms we come into is room 209 that shares space with room 210. So this room is partitionable. Is partitionable a word? It can be partitioned, cut in half. So right now as the room is laid out, it's about 1,500 square feet and has room for roughly 60 guests to come and spend their time, and a little bit of spare space, so if you wanted to set up food or beverage, you could do so. And like all of the classrooms at the Highlands, it's set up with smartboard technology, projector screens, laptop stations with Apple TV, and it's really a plug-and-play solution. So right now this room is kind of used as our flex space. If you want to have an event to come in and entertain, a continuing education sort of thing, there are customers that come in to take certified testings on the weekend, and it's really just a great open space that is very, very convenient, and again, that it can be partitioned. So this room can go from 1,500 square feet in a large room of 60 to 750 square feet in a room of 30 in just a matter of seconds. One of the things we're going to do here is repurpose some of the classroom space into clinical services center. So in the first quarter of 2022, we're going to take room 226, which is roughly 750 square feet. We're going to clean all of these tables out, and this is going to become the first Highland Center clinical services area. And we're going to put in a waiting room, there's going to be a reception desk, there's going to be soundproof, private office space in the back. So the idea is a couple of days a week, our behavioral health services and our hearing and audiology services will share time here, so that if you have behavioral health needs, if you needed to see a clinical therapist, or if you have hearing and audiology needs, you can come to the Highlands and utilize those services from West Liberty University. So another part of our growth as a university here is that we wanted to be more expansive for learning of tomorrow. So as we all know, remote work, remote learning isn't going away, and we have to adapt to that. So one of the things that we're committed to doing here in room 228 at the end of our facility is putting in what we refer to as a distance learning room, or a connected classroom rather, as I heard one dean put it. I like that term better, connected classroom. So we're moving on these things pretty quickly, and our goal is to have a professional distance learning center that we can utilize for West Liberty purposes, but then corporations or community partners could utilize for their purposes as well. So the last stop on our next phase of construction is going to be room 213. So we walked through 209 and 210, a 1,500 square foot room. 213 is similarly laid out in a 30 by 50 configuration, another 1,500 square foot room. So 213 right now is our largest classroom, and it, as you can see, is just one big open space classroom. But what it will be in a matter of months after we clean it out is a certified testing area. So what we're committed to do in the next 4 to 6 months is completely renovate this room as you see it now, with a reception desk for a proxy, storage locker so you can empty your pockets and keep your belongings safe, and then a room of roughly 15 to 20 cubicles with security cameras and technological updates so that a person can log in with a computer, take a test securely, get their things when they're done, and not have to travel an hour to 2 hours away to get that type of secondary certification that they may need. Folks, I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to come on this mini tour with me. That's certainly not our entire facility, but it's an updated look on the next couple of projects that West Liberty is committed to providing for this community. Flexibility, continuing education, community outreach, and our rich Hilltopper culture. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop by. I'm here most days, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or you could reach out to us at highlands@westliberty.edu. We appreciate your time, and we'll keep you updated. Thanks, guys.
Hello, I'm Levi Phillips, a senior medical laboratory science student at West Liberty University, and I'm going to show you what it's like to go on a clinical rotation at WVU Medicine, Wheeling Hospital. So now we're in the blood bank, and we have all the blood for patients that could be used for traumas, transfusion therapy, if they need platelets, fresh frozen plasma, blood product. This is where you would go to get it. So this instrument here is the Vision. It does forward and reverse typing on blood. You get A positive, and you get the type, antibody panel, antibody identification. So next we're going to head over to chemistry, where we process most of the samples. We receive our samples right here, and they get all sorted out. And then we can take the sample from here. And most of the time, we'll put them in here to their desired location. And then the instrument will pick it up, and it'll move it along the track, and it'll take it to some of the analyzers over here. Chemistry area, we receive samples from in-house, out-of-house patients, and what we do is we can have complete metabolic tests, metabolic panels, electrolytes, you know, just all the basic chemistries that you would get on a routine specimen. Next we're going to move over to hematology. So now, in hematology, we get a lot of blood smears. When we look at a blood smear, we're looking for white blood cells, red blood cell morphology, white blood cell differential, so neutrophilic eggs, bands, lymphocytes, monocytes, stuff like that, anything out of the norm. Now we're going to go across the hallway and visit microbiology. So here we have some agar plates. This is blood agar. We grow into a culture. We could take a urine sample and streak this, and then we'll do diagnostic tests on it, and we'll find out what bacteria is growing in that sample. That's a gram-negative rod, probably Klebsiella pneumo. This is the walk-in incubator, and it stays at 37 degrees Celsius, other known as body temperature, because that's what a lot of microorganisms grow at, is body temperature. CO2 incubator, where microorganisms that grow best with CO2 are kept in here and grown in here. This is where the blood cultures are kept, all sequentially. So this is the zero pressure room, or the isolation room, and in here we have the hood. So if we're working with bacteria that's airborne or something like that, everything goes in through the vent and not out through the doors. There's only air coming in, not going out. So we'll take our loop, get a little loop full of our sample, and then we'll streak for isolation. We streak for isolation so we can get isolated colonies, so we can pull them off there, and it'll help us identify that bacteria. Thank you for checking out the Medical Laboratory Science program. For more information, go to westliberty.edu/MLS.
What are you working for? Do you want to pursue your athletic potential while earning a degree that will benefit you for a lifetime? Do you want to play at the highest level in your sport? Do you want to be a champion? That's what the 12 proud members of the Mountain East Conference are advancing toward every day, providing opportunities and pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
Hey, my name is PJ Mazik. I'm a second-year dental hygiene student, and today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the program. First, we're going to head into oral pathology class.
We're going to talk about neoplasia. When you hear the word neoplasia, what comes to mind?
Coming into your first 2 years at West Liberty, you're going to take your general education courses and the required classes needed to apply for the program after your second year. During your sophomore year, if you plan on being in the program, your junior year, you have to apply by a deadline around January, a year in advance. You can only be accepted for the dental hygiene program if you meet the course requirements and have at least a 3.0 cumulative GPA. It is a very competitive program to get accepted into, and once you're accepted, your hard work doesn't stop. You jump right into your first semester of dental hygiene classes, including tooth morphology, periodontology, radiography, head and neck anatomy, clinic lecture, and clinic lab. Now we're heading into clinic lectures.
You're not flossing your patients well and not making that exaggerated C shape, you are going to have loads of plaque that is still left interproximally.
The courses contain a lot of information very fast. The courses are designed to meet state board requirements that you need to get your dental hygiene license when you graduate. At first it will seem like you're learning a foreign language. Everything is going to be different. You're not going to be used to the terms used. You will adapt and everything will start piecing itself together. As a student, you can expect to spend a lot of time outside of class studying information for your next exam or practicing your instrumentation for your next process evaluation. Now I'm going to head into clinic lab. We actually have a full-size dental hygiene clinic here on campus for West Liberty staff, students, and it's open to the community. For a low cost, people can come during the school year and receive a comprehensive dental health care service. The clinic is a learning experience for the students, so it's going to take a little bit longer than your private practice. West Liberty Dental Hygiene Clinic offers cleanings and x-rays for adults and children. Also, we will place sealants if prescribed by a dentist. X-rays taken in the clinic can be sent to your dentist or reviewed by the dentist we have in our clinic.
Welcome back into Topper Station. About a minute and 20 seconds away from the beginning of the second half. Hilltoppers lead 61-38. We are actually able to get some stats, so great work by Rex to get the live stats up for us. So we'll go through some of the stats from the first half of play. The leading scorer for the Hilltoppers is Pat Robinson with 14 points. On the other side, McCullough with 13. And just going through some of the stats, the one thing you pointed out to me, 21 turnovers in the first half by Bowie State.
Well, 21 turnovers leads into West Liberty. Took 19 more shots in the game, and that's the difference in the game.
West Liberty shooting 46.8% from the field, while on the flip side for Bowie State, 39.3.
Right, and the one thing that Bowie has been able to do in this game is convert at the free throw line. They've found their way to shoot 14 free throws and made 13 of them.
And if you're West Liberty, 12 of 15, 80% at the line. From how they shot at the free throw line this year, that sounds like a dream.
Oh, yeah, it's a dream. And, you know, I'm sitting here complaining that we just can't throw the ball in the ocean today, and we still shot 46.9%. So, but they set a pretty high bar for us to judge them.
Malik McKinney also with 10 points. Kovacevic with 9 points, along with Ben Sarson.
Yeah, West Liberty almost four guys and two players short one-pointer. They would have had four guys in double figures, so they've spread it out, but a lot of that is the result of the press. You get steals, different guys find their way to the rim. Let's see if they can continue the onslaught here to start the second half.
And the Bulldogs will go left to right here in the second half. The Hilltoppers will go right to left. It will be Bulldog basketball to begin the half, as taking the inbound pass is Anthony Carpenter. West Liberty comes with a little bit of pressure as McCullough on the right side. Back to Carpenter. Passes it in to Okafor. Swinging it around. Now underneath as McCullough tried to get the pass from number 15, Quentin Drayton. Right there to play good defense was Pat Robinson.
Bowie comes out, gets right in the flex action, and temporarily had a guy open, but you're right, Pat got his hand on it and deflected it out of bounds.
Passes in as McCullough kicks it over to Okafor, just inside. Now on the right side is Drayton. Drayton looking for space, step back, fires the three as the shot clock was close to expiring. Bryce Butler's able to pull down the board. Butler goes down the center, over to Robinson, into the corner. Sarson, three, in and out. Battle for the rebound as Bryce Butler on his backside is able to hand it off, and Sarson looks to finish it off, gets the offensive board, looking for space, and Sarson's able to draw some contact, and that's going to be a foul.
It all started with a great block out on the defensive end by Malik McKinney, and West Liberty hustling, getting to the offensive glass there, and pick up a foul.
Lob in pass. Kovacevic can't convert second time. Also off the mark. Rebound by Drayton. Drayton's pass is going to be deflected. Kovacevic's able to get the steal. Goes up strong. And Victor will head to the line and shoot two. So he gets the steal, draws the contact, and Drayton now has 4 fouls.
Drayton's made some impressive offensive moves, but he's been in foul trouble the whole game.
And he's with 4, and when you're down 61-38, I was going to say, is he going to stay in the game, or are they going to possibly sub for him out as when going to the scores table is Justin Rout? As Kovacevic converts the first, Drayton will head to the bench as Justin Rout back into the game. Victor Kovacevic will shoot the back end. And this one's off the front iron. Rebound by Rout. Over to Carpenter. Pump fakes down the floor and eventually is able to find Okafor. Okafor hands it off. Going inside McCullough. Can't get the foul, but right there to grab it and put the putback in is Okafor. Kovacevic driving, pass underneath. Butler can't get it to finish. Offensive board. He gets swatted again. Battle for the rebound. Robinson rips it out of the hands of the Bulldog. A lot of contact inside, and Pat Robinson will hit the line and shoot 2. But he just manhandled that ball into that Bulldog player hand.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We talk about his strength all the time, and he just ripped that one out and found his way to the free throw line. And this has been more of a blue-collar game for Pat. You know, we get to see these acrobatic circus shots a lot, but tonight it's due to the other team playing zone and whatever. This has been more of a blue-collar effort, and he still has 15 points.
And he's looking for 16 here at the line. Leads 23. And that one will fall. So 64-40 is the largest lead for the Hilltoppers in this one. Passes in. Carpenter has it. He's stuck in the corner. Tries to fire his man, and eventually does. And Okafor on that left side, it finds Carpenter. 15 to shoot for the Bulldogs. Okafor to the right side to Rout. Back to Okafor. Pump fakes a 3. Working on Kovacevic. Spinning. Good defense by Victor. Forces the miss. Going and trying to save it. Going out of bounds was, I believe, yes, it was Kobe Ayede. I thought he was out of bounds to begin with, but he tried to save it. Starson actually threw it right back at him. His foot was out of bounds when he touched it. Malik McKinney will work for the Hilltoppers. Shades to the left side. Goes to the right side to Pat Robinson. Robinson passes inside, but Okafor there to pick it off. Carpenter takes it off the tip. Going the other way is McCullough. Butler gets a piece of it, but he draws the foul. As Bryce Butler will pick up the foul, and that will be his second, team foul number 1.
That would have been a pretty spectacular block if he would have gotten away with that. Bryce thinks he got it clean. And the coaching staff feels it should have been a goaltend. So
a little bit of 50-50 there. They'll just go and say, hey, just shoot him to figure it out how it should have went. As McCullough's first one rattles out. One more shot coming for David McCullough. This one will fall, so 1-2. It's 64-41.
Bowie showing full court pressure themselves.
McKinney's going to dribble through the back half of it, tries to dump it off, nobody home. But it goes off of a Bulldog, and West Liberty will keep possession. McCullough comes out of the game, back into the game, number 10 is Keith Duffin Jr. Pat Robinson will work against the newly into the game Duffin Jr., but kicks it out to Butler, who drains the 3, 67-41. Taking it down the left side, Carpenter sends it over. Okafor never had it. Bryce Butler will take it away. Another forced turnover by the Hilltoppers. Butler passes. Robinson stop, goes up, loses it for a second, fires it up again off the mark. Butler tries to tip it in. It's going to be poked away. It's going to go out of bounds as Duffin Jr. and Starson want the battle to save it in, and the Hilltoppers will win the battle. I don't know if either guy knew who it went off of.
Great effort by West Liberty on the offensive glass, but We've said it a number of times on the broadcast. Bowie is just sneaky good at defending shots in the paint.
Duffin Jr. is going to pick up a foul as Ben Sarson trying to cut through the lane. Correction, number 1, Justin Routs.
Yeah, he's complaining about the call, but that was about as big as a forearm shiver as you'll ever see in a basketball game. Ben Sarson broke wide open on the inbounds pass, and he just got forearm chucked.
Ayede takes a seat, Turner into the game as he's going to guard Bryce Butler, who took the inbound pass. 16 to shoot for the Hilltoppers. Bryce Butler will drive, got a step, and gets it to drop. And that puts Bryce Butler now in double figures with 11 points. Passes in. Justin Rout will look to go on McKinney. He's able to float it and count it as well. And it looked like McKinney tried to back off on the defense there, but Rout's able to draw just enough contact.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good call. I think Malik did try to back up, but he did go for a little swipe there, and pretty crafty offensive move there.
Wholesale change for the Hilltoppers as Marlon Moore, Garrett Denbo, Christian Montague, Austin Webb, and Zach Rasil into the game.
West Liberty has now forced 24 turnovers in this game.
Rout's free throw is good at 69-44. Montague and Denbo play catch as they work it across half court to Garrett Denbo. Back to Christian Montague. 16 to shoot. Rasil trying to find a way to penetrate this zone. Austin Webb to Denbo, 3 off the mark. Rebound by Okafor. Trying to get out of the pressure. Trying to find an option. He eventually does in Carpenter. Carpenter sprints down the middle of the floor. Kicks it over to the left side. 3-ball coming by Rout. Got it. 69-47.
6 quick points by Rout. They cut the lead to 22.
16 minutes remaining in the second half. 22-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Montague can't handle it at first and eventually gets it back on that right side to Garrett Denbo. Tries to fire the long 2. His shot was blocked by Rout, but eventually comes back to the Hilltoppers as Montague. Denbo into the corner. Marlon Moore for 3. Can't get it to fall. Battle for the board. Rasil right there. Hands it off. Trying to find Christian Montague. It's poked out of bounds, and the Hilltoppers will take it at the baseline.
Bowie with another block in the half-court set on a jump shooter.
You are right. They're getting a lot of blocked shots on shots not in the paint.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different. It's not your traditional type of defense.
Marlon Moore takes the inbound pass and floater, and he's able to reverse it in. As Austin Webb will pick up the quick foul on the inbound as Keith Duffin Jr. try to have it.
Don Clegg just informed me that the school record for turnovers forced in a game is 43.
Well, it's not out of the question, but it's going to be a pretty efficient second half for the Hilltoppers. As getting it across half court, controlling it now is Duffin Jr. And Ian Teal takes the pass from Dexter Turner. As Teal tries to kick it over to Duffin Jr. Not there as Montague's able to poke it out.
And that 43 was way back in 2005, the first season that this system was implemented.
Pass is in by Rout to the right side to Ayeta. Duffin Jr. off of Denbo. Can't get it to fall. Webb grabs the board. Kicks it to the right side of Montague. Montague cuts to the middle to Rasil. Looks to go. Montague 1 to the 3, doesn't take it. Drives. Kicks it again. Corner 3. Denbo got it. 74-47.
Can we say he likes the corners?
I think we can. And we like media timeouts as well, as it's 74-47, 14:49 remaining in the second half. You are watching Topper Station.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts? With a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away.
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
All right, now you're just like Danny, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training.
Here, go, Daddy.
Or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
14:49 remaining in the second half. It's 74-47. The Hilltoppers are on top. A little note about the series between these two. This is only game number 2 between Bowie State and West Liberty University. West Liberty holds the all-time series at 1-0, but it's the first regular season game because the Hilltoppers won that one game in the 2013 NCAA tournament that led the Hilltoppers to the Final Four.
And I'll give Bowie credit for coming up here and playing the game. Coach Brooks is well aware of West Liberty's reputation, and he still brought his team up.
It's a challenge for everyone around the board. You want to see what it looks like in the region. As Teal will control it, 15 to shoot for the Bulldogs. Teal works inside, tries to float it over Montague and does. Gets it to fall. It's 74-49. Christian Montague walks it down the floor. Looks like zone defense again for the Bulldogs. Rasil, one of the three. Denbo will take the corner three. Yeah, I think he likes the corner three as it's 77-49.
It would be interesting to see, and I might make that a challenge to go to Synergy and see of all his threes this season, how many of them have been directly in these corners.
That shot's off the mark by Teal. Denbo now with 12 points, 4 threes. That's back-to-back games of 4 threes for Denbo. Rasil one of the 3 but can't get it to drop as Miles Anderson had it, draws some contact, and he's going to be fouled. As Marlon Moore picks up the foul. And that ties the lead or high for West Liberty this season for threes in the game with 4, and Garrett Denbo does it in back-to-back games.
The kid can shoot.
Duffin Jr. looks to fire it in. Running the baseline, that's a 5-second call. Nobody was open, and that's another turnover.
Was that a 5-second call or you're not allowed to move? I think they called him for moving.
Either way, it's a turnover. If it wasn't 5, it was pretty close to it. West Liberty has the ball regardless. Pat Robinson spinning in the paint, floating it high, and there it is again. Pat Robinson, silky smooth, makes it a 30-point lead.
That's the area of the game that he has really improved. He's getting to be really good from that mid-range.
Ian Teal tries to float it over Victor Kovacevic, and then he fouls him. That was interesting trying to go to the hoop there. Ian Teal at 5'8", trying to shoot over the 6'8", Kovacevic. That last foul makes it team foul number 5 for the Bulldogs. Malik McKinney will control it. 20 on the shot clock. Swinging to the left side of Kovacevic. Underneath, Butler tries with the backdoor pass to Sarson. Gets it in there. Sarson gets it poked out of his hands. As Miles Anderson to Teal. Down the center of the floor to Duffin Jr. Into the corner. 3 ball coming. Got it by number 22, Kobe Ayete. And a foul is called on the floor. Say the shot is good, and a foul will be on Victor Kovacevic. So a chance for Bowie to get the ball underneath and get double the points.
Yeah, 6-point play potentially. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Anderson's able to get it in to McCullough. who gets it over to Carpenter. Teal fires a three. That's off the mark. As rebound by McCullough will work on Bryce Butler. McCullough's shot short. Second chance is good as Anthony Carpenter is able to pick up the loose change. Kovacevic splits a couple of Bulldogs. Robinson drives underneath. Will kick it out of the top of the key to McKinney. McKinney works inside, stops on a dime, kicks it back out. Robinson open, three off the front of the rim. Sarson goes for the tip in, can't get it to drop. As it's rebounded by the Bulldogs. Pushing it down the floor. Teal, extra pass. Ayite can't get to go. Carpenter right there again to get the putback.
Quick 7-point run, and they won't go away.
79-56. As Sarson for three. Got it. 82-56. As we're under 12 minutes remaining in the second half. Teal passes over. Anderson draws contact. Shot won't fall, but he's fouled. Who head on the line and shoot two.
West Liberty, all 5 guys on the floor in double figures with 11:51 left in the half.
Make it 6 guys overall, as Garrett Denbo also has 12 points. Anderson's first free throw is good. As Malik McKinney comes out of the game and Luke Powell makes his first appearance. Second free throw also drops. 82-58. As Kovacevic takes the pass, Hilltoppers look to break the pressure. Sarson, extra pass in the corner. Powell for three, short. Grabs his own rebound, kicks it back to Pat Robinson. Pressure behind him, didn't know it was there. It's going to be Okafor. Kicks it over to McCullough, can't get it to go. Kovacevic tries to save it. It goes out of bounds, and possession will stay with the Bulldogs, but good hustle there by Victor Kovacevic. It's an 82-58 game, and your starters are still diving onto the floor for loose balls. That's a great culture.
Yeah, that's the way it's been for a number of years, and it's the way it's going to continue because you're right, it is a culture.
Pass inside. Okafor working on Kovacevic. Kicks it over. Mid-range jumper just inside of the elbow by McCullough. Drops. As Kovacevic has it to Pat Robinson at the top of the key. Robinson dribbling, looking to get it past a man. Goes up, draws contact. He's fouled. Pat Robinson will head to the line and shoot two, as that foul should go against McCullough. McCullough's second. Team foul number 6.
Got to give Bowie credit. They've never quit, even with the turnovers can be very, very discouraging, and they've even weathered that, and they've actually cut a point off of the lead in this half.
First free throw drops for Pat Robinson. Robinson's second. It's going to be tipped in. They're going to say no basket. And Ben Sarson can't believe it, and I actually can't either.
Yeah.
That was clearly off the rim.
Yeah, there's no chance because, again, it's a math thing. He's underneath the rim jumping diagonally back. His arm's not going to be in the cylinder. It's almost impossible. Your arm doesn't bend that much to be in the cylinder.
Officially, no 2 points there, but mentally we'll take the 2 for Ben Sarson. As the Bulldogs will control it with Teal. Dribbles to the right side. Top of the key to McCullough. Bryce Butler playing tight defense on him. Back over to Teal. He's trying to find Okafor underneath. Cannot. Teal will drive. Tries to find some space. Can't get it to drop. Okafor is able to grab the rebound. He waits and times out everybody and is able to get it to fall.
That was a pretty nifty finish.
Kovacevic had it. Lost it for a second. It was tipped. It goes out of bounds. If it was tipped, then it should be West Liberty basketball. But they're going to keep it going with Bowie State. Bryce Butler will take a seat as Rasil back in. timeout on the floor with 10:25 remaining in the half, excuse me. 30-second timeout. That goes to the media timeout. 10:25 remaining in the second half. It's 83-62, the Hilltoppers lead here on Topper Station.
BSB tip of the day. Your bank should have a good rewards program. Kasasa Tunes gives you rewards for iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon, depending on how you use your checking account. That's Kasasa Tunes at Belmont Savings Bank.
Undo's Catering, family owned since 1953. With 4 newly remodeled catering facilities throughout the Ohio Valley, Undo's can accommodate banquets from 25 to 700 guests. Undo's caters weddings, picnics, corporate events, holiday events, and job site drop-offs for the construction and oil and gas industry. Call 304-233-5566 today.
Pride is our main ingredient. Undo.
83-62. Hilltoppers have the second half lead at 10:25 remaining in the second half. I'm Isaac Basinger. Alongside me, West Liberty Athletic Director Coach Lynn Alleman. It's been a pretty smooth sailing second half so far.
Well, smooth sailing. Bowie's just hanging around, and you know, we've talked about this with Coach Hallett, and he and I talk about it all the time, and it's a wonderful problem to have about how frustrating it is after you get leads. There's coaches that would die to have that problem.
As the Hilltoppers force another turnover, and Christian Montague goes the other way into the corner. Powell doesn't take the three. Will kick it back out to Rasil. Over to Ben Sarson. He fakes the three to Marlon Moore. Marlon dribbled once and dribbles again. It'll be a double dribble, and that's a turnover for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, as we jokingly say, there's laws against that.
Inbounding it now will be Miles Anderson. He's able to get it in. And eventually goes down to Okafor, who can't finish. Rebound by Marlon Moore. That original pass was from Ian Teal, as Montague will have it for the Toppers. Hands it off, Rasil to Moore, back to Montague. Ben Sarson going to the baseline, floats it up. Offensive foul against Ben Sarson. That's going to be Ben's fourth foul, team foul number 7. And that sends us to another media timeout. 83-62, 9:47 remaining in the second half. You are watching Topper Station.
What if your bank offered CDs with consistently competitive and higher interest rates?
That's what I want.
What if, unlike other banks, they're normally open more hours? And they don't use high teaser rates on CDs only to lower them later.
Isn't that the way all banks should be?
And even more, several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank.
The right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Water emergencies? Trust the team with the right people, knowledge, and equipment to quickly dry your home or business, preventing further damage. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. The team the Mountaineers.
Welcome back at the Topper Station. 83-62, 9:47 remaining in the second half. Why don't we have a moment? I'd say one of our best candidates right now. We'll put it as an asterisk on it at the moment, but for the Belmont Savings Bank play of the game has got to be the basket when the score was made to score 22-14, and West Liberty with some solid passing, they able to get the basket in the first half.
Still a lot of time left, though.
Still a lot of time. That's why it's the early candidate, an early favorite. Just wanted to get that out there for the moment as Carpenter takes the pass, kicks it over to Anderson, sends it to the other side of Okafor. To Teal. To the top of the key to McCullough. Victor Okafor, 3 off the mark. Rasil gets the easy rebound. Christian Montague walks it over towards the top of the key. 20 to shoot for the Hilltoppers. Montague's got to get it away to somebody. Eventually finds Bryce Butler on that left wing. Butler walks towards the foul line. Goes spinning inside, floats it up, and Bryce Butler with a great basket.
Bryce has just played so well this season.
Other direction, Ian Teal doesn't want the shot, neither does Okafor. And they send it over to Anderson, back to Teal. He fires the deep three, he got it. It's a 20-point game, and Montague gets it in to Luke Powell. So we're under 10 minutes remaining in this one. Powell, the answer, got it. 88-65. Passes in to Carpenter, faces some pressure, gets it up to McCullough. Backdoor pass to Okafor, back to Teal. Pump fakes the deep three, dribbles in, dribbles out, fires a long two off the front iron. Marlon Moore grabs the rebound. Takes it down the floor, stretch pass down to Bryce Butler. Pass is going to be picked off by Teal. To Miles Anderson. To Carpenter underneath, Okafor. Goes for the wild shot and gets it to fall. What a great shot that was by Victor Okafor. Marlon Moore picks up the foul. It'll be his second, team foul number 8. As McKinney and Robinson back into the game. Free throw will fall for Okafor, and he'll come take a seat as well as Ayete comes back into the game. Montague walking it, trying to break some pressure, floats it over to McKinney. Back to Montague, cutting down the center, kicking it over to Marlon Moore in the corner, dribbles inside, back to Robinson, open, three, off the back iron, offensive board by McKinney. Picks up the dribble, back to Pat Robinson, to Christian Montague, a 14 to shoot, inside, Marlon Moore's got a step, gets it poked out of his hands, and the Hilltoppers will have it on the baseline with 11 seconds on the shot clock. 7.5 remaining in regulation. Marlon Moore controls it. Finds Christian Montague. 5 to shoot. Fires the tray. Off the mark. Moore grabs the rebound. Goes up. Shot's going to be blocked. Ball is to be poked around. Eventually going to be taken by Carpenter. Wide open underneath. And get that out of here. What a block. And Bryce Butler again with great defense. And that's your Belmont Savings Bank play of the game. What a block that was by Bryce Butler.
Yeah, that was pretty spectacular.
Marlon Moore, cha-ching, 91-68. Just like that, the ASRC arises. Teal passes in the corner, 3 off the mark by Rout. Rebound by Bryce Butler. Cuts his way through a couple of Bulldogs. Robinson loses for a second, Reed gets it and puts it in the basket. It's 93-68. Teal facing some pressure from Christian Montague. Timeout by Bowie State. It is a full timeout, so we'll take the timeout with them. The Hilltoppers go on a little bit of a run. It's 93-68, 6:22 remaining here on Topper Station.
Grab a meal at the Dirty Dog Tavern. Located at the top of the hill in West Liberty, Dirty Dog Tavern offers a family-friendly atmosphere with a full menu as well as adult beverages. Catch the game during weekday happy hours, play games like darts or pool, or enjoy the deck with your family and friends. Open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m. and Sunday from noon to 8. Come to the Dirty Dog Tavern in the town of West Liberty, a proud supporter of Hilltopper Athletics. Where are you going? The store in West Liberty. The store is open 7 days a week with daily lunch specials, hot food and cold sandwiches, Patsy's Pizza, and a wide selection of chips, pop, and other snacks, as well as household goods and hygiene products. We've also got a wide selection of beer and an ATM. Stop on in and check out the store, located at the top of the hill in the town of West Liberty, a proud supporter of Hilltopper Athletics.
Welcome back at a Topper Station. 93-68, 6:22 remaining here at the ASRC. This is the final non-conference game for the Hilltoppers, so rest of the way out will be conference action.
Pretty good non-conference schedule for West Liberty this season, too.
I was excited when I saw it before the season. As under 10 to shoot. Teal, long three, got it again. 93-71. McKinney and Kovacevic play pass. As McKinney gets inside, stops on a dime, hands it off to Pat Robinson, faces 3 Bulldogs, and they draws a foul. Foul goes against Teal. His second, this will result in 3 throws, but could have been very easy there for that to be a jump ball, but Pat Robinson just continued to fight his way through all the bodies around him. Pat Robinson at the charity stripe. First of the 1-and-1 is off the mark. Rebound by Ayede. He hands it back to Carpenter, who sends it down the floor to Root. Root goes, floater, gets it to drop. It's a 20-point game.
Bowie has some talented guys. It's just turnovers that killed him in the contest.
McKinney to the left side to Montague. 5.5 remaining. Montague gets it poked away. Has route to Teal, up the floor to Carpenter, lays it up and in. It's 18-point lead now for the Hilltoppers.
Another 7-0 run by Bowie after it was a 25-point lead at the timeout.
Good passing underneath McKinney to Kovacevic as he gets the easy layup. Passes in to Teal. Kicks it over, going inside and floating it up is Dexter Turner. He draws contact, and that's a foul. Foul goes against McKinney. And they say that as his 4th, but it is his 4th. And that will send us to the final media timeout. 4:58 remaining in this one. The Hilltoppers lead by 20 here on Topper Station.
If your home or business has been damaged by fire, call the Single Source Provider. From board up to move back in, we provide content and structural services, and we guarantee no smoke smell. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. The team the Mountaineers call.
What if your bank offers CDs with consistently competitive and higher interest rates?
That's what I want.
What if, unlike other banks, they're normally open more hours? And they don't use high teaser rates on CDs only to lower them later.
Isn't that the way all banks should be?
And even more, several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank.
The right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
20-point lead for the Hilltoppers as we have gotten to the end of our final media timeout. 4:58 remaining. I'm Isaac Basinger. Alongside me, West Liberty Athletic Director Coach Lynn Allum. It's a 20-point lead, but it's an uncomfortable 20-point lead.
Yeah, it's just Bowie is not going away. West Liberty's had a couple of their patented mini spurts and would get it up to 24, 25 points, but Bowie's answered twice with 7-0 runs, and they have a chance to cut it to 18 again.
Bowie's actually outscored the Hilltoppers in the second half, as it's 37-34, as Dexter Turner's first 3 throws off the mark.
Bowie's gotten some easy baskets in this half, resulting from West Liberty turnovers. West Liberty's up to 16 in the game.
Turner's second 3 throw gets it to fall. Montague facing pressure as Pat Robinson will take it. 5 to get it over for the Hilltoppers. Montague gets it back to Robinson in a nick of time. Robinson, Kovacevic, 3 off the iron. Rebound by McKinney, full extension to get it, and he's able to get the easy putback.
That's his 3rd offensive rebound in basketball and field goal in the game.
Ian Teal over to the other side to Quentin Drayton. Drayton, he's definitely a talented player as he averages 13 points a game, but picked up 4 fouls quick, and it's sat up until this point. Drayton, pull up, looks like a long 2. Actually, they give him the 3, as it's a 3 ball, and it's 97-79. Kovacevic sends it back to Montague. 4 minutes remain here at the ASRC. Kovacevic underneath. He's got Victor on him, as there's a Victor on Victor crime, as Okafor fouls Kovacevic, and Kovacevic will go to the line and shoot 2. Okafor's second foul, team foul number 8. Kovacevic's first free throw is back iron. Bryce Butler into the game for Garrett Denbo. Kovacevic on the night's got 10 points.
Of course, you had to talk about the Hilltoppers free throw shooting at the half, and they've dipped below 70%.
I said it was a dream. Sometimes you have to wake up from those. As Drayton will walk it across. Sends it over to Teal. Kovacevic steals this one. Sends it over the other side. Robinson goes, hands it off. Kovacevic with the slam and give the Hilltoppers 100. Quick pass inside. McCullough shot off the mark, has the rebound, throws it on the ground, battle for it. It's going to be a jump ball, and the Hilltoppers will take over from there.
See, I love that last play because Victor gets the steal, throws the lead pass to Pat, and Pat rewards the effort and dishes it back, and Victor gets the dunk and the highlight play, and which all resulted from his defense, which initiated the play.
Christian Montague has it. As Ben Sarson came into the game as Kovacevic took a seat. 100-79 is our score. Pat Robinson dashing through the lane. Goes to float it up, draws the contact. Going to be tipped. Sarson grabs the board. Bryce Butler with McCullough on him. Hands it off. Sarson passing to the corner. McKinney fires the 3. Bullseye. 103-79. Another set of great passing by the Hilltoppers. Drayton driving. Dumps it off to McCullough. Shot off the mark. Battle for the rebound. It's going to be taken by Drayton in the corner. McKinney will play defense as he'll swing it around, and they go almost all the way around the horn to Teal. He fires the deep 3 off the side of the rim and will roll out of bounds, and the Hilltoppers will take it from there with 2:17 remaining.
And the lead goes right back to 24. Been kind of a yo-yo game. Lead back, lead back.
Hilltoppers have led by as many as 30. And Malik McKinney will walk it up. The last substitution, Austin Webb, Zach Rasil, and Marlon Moore came back into the game. Backdoor cut. Moore with the slam. 105-79. Must have been the Hilltoppers' New Year's resolution to put a hurting on those rims tonight.
It's a number of dunks.
As McCullough, top of the key, he's going to get it poked away from the Hilltoppers. Go the other direction as Rasil goes in, draws contact. Counted as well for Zach Rasil. And the foul goes against Drayton, and his night is forgettable for himself, as that is going to be his 5th foul, and he's done. Quentin Drayton came in averaging 13 points a game, and he left with 5 points and 5 fouls. And coming in will be Kyrie Freeman Davis. As Rasil at the line shooting the and 1. He gets it to drop, 108-79. Moving quick, Ayede. Continuing to swing it around. Taking it now, Miles Anderson for 3. He got it to fall. That's actually a long 2. 108-82. Austin Webb just got absolutely yanked to the ground. It's going to be a turnover for the Hilltoppers as Anderson inside kicks it out. Turner, extra pass over Carpenter, 3, bullseye. Webb passes it up to Rasil. As there's a minute remaining in the non-conference schedule for the Hilltoppers, Luke Powell has it, picked up the dribble, sends it over to Garrett Denbo, to Zach Rasil. 15 to shoot for the Hilltoppers. Austin Webb. Marlon Moore calls for it in the corner. Draws a double team. He's going to travel, tried to split the double team, wasn't able to stay on his feet. And the Bulldogs will take over with 43.8 left. Pass is in. Carpenter will control it. The clock rolls now. 3 ball coming. Off the side of the rim. Rebound by Turner. Faces pressure from Powell. Swinging it over. Firing it again as Anderson. Also off the mark. Rasil grabs the rebound. Shot clock can be turned off. And the Hilltoppers will improve to 11-1 as they start the conference schedule. Played a couple conference games with full conference schedule here in the second semester. Rasil will dribble around to Austin Webb. The Hilltoppers will take on Concord in 2 days, as that's a doubleheader action here on Topper Station. You have to hold down the fort without me in this one, as the Hilltoppers get the official win of 108-85.
Yeah, just probably a pretty good game if you're judging West Liberty. It got a little sloppy, but pretty much after the lead, but the effort was incredible. Forced 28 turnovers in the game and pretty much led start to finish.
It's one of those one games you mentioned. It can't be easy coming back from the long break and coming out. You have to worry about shooting and getting in the game, and he's come out and ho-hum score 108 points as the Hilltoppers do after not playing since December 19th.
Yeah, and they were still very unselfish. I liked a lot of the passes, and again, their whole game starts with that pressure and effort, and they got it again tonight.
7 players for the Hilltoppers in double figures. Just that's, again, being unselfish is the Hilltoppers game.
Yeah, that's the way they want to play, and you're right. It's the last non-conference game, and it's a great tune-up, and they're getting right back into conference play, and got Concord and Glenville, so I think they've prepared themselves to finish this off.
As I mentioned, Wednesday, 5:30 and 7:30. Women's action first, and the men will follow here on Topper Station. Coach Alm is going to hold it down without me, so I have my obligation with the Wheeling Nailers, but after that, I'll be back here with us here on Topper Station. Say thank you to everyone that tuned in to tonight's game. Thank you to our workers here tonight, Maria Murphy running the camera, Teresa Gretchen being the director. And we'll say thank you to you, Coach, for joining me. And I'm Isaac Bates, saying this has been a presentation of Topper Station and the NCAA here and West Liberty Athletics here on Topper Station. We hope you enjoyed the game, and we'll see you next time here on Topper Station.